Hello there, you're watching the official Theme Park Fans YouTube channel and welcome back to another video. So as you can see by the video title, I'm going to be reviewing my visit to the Alton Towers Gardens. So for those of you who don't know, just a little over 2 weeks ago, Alton Towers announced that they would be reopening the park but only the gardens. So not the vines just yet, but only the gardens. And when I saw this news, I was literally over the moon. I was literally so happy when Alton Towers announced this. I was thinking, finally, I can get back into the Alton Towers grounds. So, yeah, as you can see by the video title, I'm going to be reviewing my visit to the Alton Towers Gardens, and I'm going to tell you guys what I thought of it, and also tell you guys about the update that have been made to, you know, allow the park to open during this global pandemic that we're currently living in. So yeah, let's get started with this review, shall we? So the first notable change that I recognised straight away was how they conducted the bag searches. So for those of you who have been to Alton Towers before, the way they conducted bag searches was that it was done after you passed through the turnstiles, and yeah, that's where they did the bag searches before. It was straight after the turnstiles. Now they've brought the bag searches like on the other side of the turnstiles in the admissions plaza. So there was when me and my dad walked onto the admissions plaza, we noticed a white tent, and there in this white tent they did bag searches, and also in this white tent this is where they also check your temperature. So for every guest who visits Alton Towers, and for also every employee who works at Alton Towers, they have to undergo a temperature check. So this is compulsory. You know, you can't avoid it. And yeah, it was dead simple. All I had to do was like lift my fringe, and then I had a temperature check, and like it was literally done in a split second. It was like that, literally. Alton Towers have said that if you do display a temperature of, I think it's about 37.8 temperatures. Wait, no, that did not make sense in it. If you display a temperature of 37.7 degrees, I think it is. I'm not too sure body temperatures. Like, it's not my area of expertise, is it? What they will allow you to do is cool off for 10 minutes, and then what you will do is you will go back for another check, and if your temperature's gone down, you'll be allowed in. But if it's still showing a temperature of 37.8, then unfortunately you won't be allowed to enter Alton Towers. But what they will do is they will rebook your visit, which they will do free of charge, which I forgot to add, by the way, which I think is really good. And yeah, so what I'm going to do now is, right about now, you'll be able to see the picture of the white tent that I took during my visit. And yeah, so it was really interesting getting my temperature checked, you know. I wanted to ask the security guy what my temperature was, but I didn't think about asking him at the time. But you know, maybe my next visit I might ask the security guy for what my temperature is. So yeah, that's the white tent. Time to talk about the next change. So then, the next change. You're probably wondering at this point, what are Alton Towers doing to enable social distancing? Well, fear not. So in the admissions plaza, there are social distancing markers so people know where to stand, so that they can keep 2 meters apart from people not in their party. And you know what? These social distancing markers I found really easy to understand. Because when I go to my local Sainsbury's, and you know, I have to queue outside sometimes to go into Sainsbury's, the social distancing markers are a bit confusing, whereas the ones on the Alton Towers admissions plaza, they were really easy to understand, because basically it was just a circle with 2 feet markers, and on the marker it says please stand here to keep 2 meters apart. And you know, for me that's really easy to understand, whereas at Sainsbury's, like, it's kind of hard to understand. But anyway, this is not a supermarket channel, by the way. Don't think I'm going to be changing the channel to supermarket fans. No, that's not happening. But no, the social distancing markers and the admissions plaza were really easy to understand, and I'm really sure that these markers in the admission plaza will help people keep 2 meters away from other guests who aren't in their party. So once again, I'm going to be showing you a photo of the social distancing markers about now. And there you go. You can see that it's basically a circle with 2 feet markers, so people know how to socially distance themselves from other people who aren't in their party. Okay, so I think that's enough about the changes. Now it's time to review my visit to the Alton Towers Gardens. So then, what was my visit to the Alton Towers Gardens like? Well, let me tell you something, guys. Before I get into the Alton Towers Gardens bit, I want to talk about my top highlight from my visit. So, once I had passed through the turnstiles after scanning my pre-book entry ticket, walking down Tower Street, let me tell you, was pretty emotional, but also special as well. Now, when I say it was emotional, I don't mean I was like blubbing, like blubbing out in tears. Like, it was just like it kind of got to my heart, you know, like, this is it. I'm back at Alton Towers. I'm back walking down Tower Street again, and it was just a really special moment. So anyway, reviewing my visit to the Alton Towers Gardens. You know what? I thought my visit to the Alton Towers Gardens was really, really peaceful. It was really quiet, and there was hardly anyone there. So it felt like me and my dad had the we felt like we had the park and the grounds to ourselves. It was that quiet. But no, it was really peaceful, really quiet. And you know what? Taking in the Alton Towers Gardens was absolutely beautiful, you know. And I was saying to my dad on the day of our visits that when people visit Alton Towers, you know, when the park is open and the rides are going and whatnot, people tend to forget that not only the gardens are there, but also the tower's ruins as well. Like, because people are rushing from ride to ride, aren't they? You know, rushing from, you know, Wicker Man to 13, for example. You know, people forget that the gardens are there. So to take it all in, it was just really beautiful, really, really beautiful. And I've got to say as well, even though the place was quiet, I felt that social distancing was very well observed, and I was really impressed by that. You know, I know the place was quiet, and but in my opinion, I thought social distancing was very well observed by all the guests that were there that day. And yeah, so me and my dad, we just took like a leisurely stroll around the gardens. We saw the pagoda fountain. We saw like the greenhouses. It was just really beautiful, and it was just great to actually be in the gardens and back in the Alton Towers grounds. So yeah, the gardens, they were absolutely beautiful. Not only did we take a walk around the gardens as well, we walked up to X Sector. Now, the entrance to X Sector is closed off, so like we got as far as to the I thought I was gonna say X Factor then. It's a mistake easily done. And we walked up to the most we could walk up to was the X Sector toilet block by the Smiler. And yeah, it was really nice, you know, just to see the Smiler and Oblivion in the distance as well. So that was really good. We also walked to the Swiss Cottage as well, and that's like in the gardens as well. So it was nice to walk over to the Swiss Cottage. We also walked over to the Forbidden Valley Skyride Station, going through the gardens. But again, that path is blocked off, so we couldn't actually get into Forbidden Valley. But we did see the Skyride Station, which was really good. Haunted Hollow, that was open, but again they blocked off the path to Jewel, so we couldn't like get into Gloomy Wood. And finally, at last but certainly not least, we walked around the Wicker Man area. And you know what, looking at Wicker Man, you know, seeing the structure and the track, I was just thinking, you know what, I would love to have a ride on Wicker Man right now. I really would. So yeah, that was nice as well. We also walked around. We also walked around Mutiny Bay as well. So we walked around Heathrow with all this mayhem. We walked up to Battle Galleons as well. So you know, it was like, it felt really eerie at times because, like, I said to my dad on the day as well, it feels like this is 28 days later after some alien invasion, you know. And it was, at times, our visit felt like us sneaking into an abandoned theme park, you know. Figured of Camelot here. But no, it was really nice walking around the park. And also, another thing as well, I looked at Wicker Man's queue line, and I looked at the queue line for Battle Galleons, and I could see that already Alton Towers have put in social distancing markers at the queue line so people know where to stand. And not only that as well, but also they put down some social distancing markers by the Mutiny Bay kiosk, you know. Because there is one kiosk open if you do intend to visit the gardens. And that's by, it's literally right by Battle Galleons, if you know what I mean. So, like, let's say you're walking down Tower Street, you know, you just entered the park, you're walking down the left-hand side of Tower Street, and you're turning left to go towards Mutiny Bay. Right in front of you, like, in the distance, is the Mutiny Bay kiosk. So, yeah, that kiosk was open, and, again, they had social distancing markers, so, again, people know where to stand. I feel like an old broken record saying that, so I'll try and stop myself. But yeah, the kiosk, you know, it sold the usual stuff, you know, chocolate, Cadbury's chocolate, should I add, Pringles, bottles of Coke, Dr. Pepper, you know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Overall, my visit to the Alton Towers Gardens was really, really beautiful. It was just so peaceful, so quiet, and taking in the Alton Towers grounds where there are not that many people was just really beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. How many times have I said beautiful now? Anyway, so for those of you who are interested about taking a visit to the Alton Towers Gardens, here are a few things. So, if you are wanting to take a visit to the Alton Towers Gardens, then an adult entry ticket is £12. For children, it's £5. If you are a million annual pass holder, it is £1 per pass holder, and you have to pre-book your visit. Like, you can't turn up on the day and buy your entry ticket. The reason why it's pre-book entry only is so that Alton Towers know how many numbers are in the grounds, and you know, and also with pre-book as well, it will allow Alton Towers to maintain and enable social distancing. So you do have to pre-book your gardens entry ticket, whether you are a million annual pass holder or not. For £12, you know, I feel like it is really good value. Sure, the rides aren't open, but it's just a really nice. Right now, right now, as I'm recording this, you know, it's kind of a nice day. It's sunny with a few clouds. So on a day like this, you know, you really can't go wrong with a visit to the Alton Towers Gardens. And yeah, I think that's about it really. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed my review of my visit to the Alton Towers Gardens. And you're probably wondering, Will, why didn't you make a vlog? As I said before, there is a reason for that. There is a reason for that, and that's because I want to save the vlog until Alton Towers fully reopens. And yeah, that's all I can say at the moment. I'm waiting until Alton Towers fully reopens. Now, Alton Towers have said that they are hopeful to reopen on the 4th of July. This doesn't mean that Alton Towers have confirmed it. Like, nothing has been confirmed yet. So we're going to have to wait for some sort of confirmation from Alton Towers as to when, like, if the 4th of July is going to be the official reopening date, or whether they're going to have to, you know, postpone it again. Like, I am keeping my fingers crossed here. Like, I really do hope that Alton Towers and all of the other theme parks across the UK can reopen on the 4th of July. And yeah, I'm really positive that Alton Towers can reopen. Like, I mean, it could be on the 4th of July, it might not be on the 4th of July. I mean, who knows? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I really do think that Alton Towers can maintain the social distancing aspect, and also Alton Towers, it's a big outdoor space, and people will be scattered in different areas of the park, you know, Forbidden Valley, X Sector, Dark Forest, you know, you get what I mean. So I really do think Alton Towers can reopen. At the moment, it's just a matter of when we're going to hear a confirmation, you know. I mean, as I say, it could be the 4th of July, it might not be, but who knows. So my advice would be not to book anything yet. Hold fire, and do await official confirmation from the resort themselves. Because, like, I don't want you guys going onto the Alton Towers ticket shop online and buying a ticket for the 4th of July, and then Alton Towers come out and say, unfortunately, we can't open on the 4th of July. So, for now, hold fire until Alton Towers confirms something. That's all I'll say. If you did enjoy this video, then please give it a like because it really helps the channel out. If you would like to become part of the theme park fans family, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page. As always, our Facebook page link is in the description below, so please go check that out and give it a like. The next video will be coming out next Wednesday, so I'll see you guys next Wednesday for the next video. And I'm recording this on, what day is it? Hold on, let me check my iPad. I'm recording this on Sunday the 14th of June, and tomorrow I'll be going back to the Alton Towers Gardens for another visit with my mum and dad, because tomorrow it's my mum and dad's wedding anniversary, and it'd just be nice to spend a day with them at the Alton Towers Gardens. And yeah, even though Monday's been and gone, like, it's kind of confusing, isn't it? Oh, and another tip before I do go as well. If you do intend on visiting the Alton Towers Gardens, then I recommend that you do, you know, take a packed lunch / picnic with you. And because the only kiosk that is open is that kiosk in Mutiny Bay where, as I say, they're only selling Cadbury's chocolate, bottles of Coke, Dr. Pepper and Pringles, you know. Do take a picnic with you if you can, because it really helps. So yeah, that's the last tip, and that's the end of the video. I'm Will Donahue. Thank you for watching, theme park fans, and it's time to close the video down. Bye guys, thanks for watching.